like to thank everybody for coming. Really appreciate that. And like to go ahead and jump right into business. First item of business, are there public comments on items not on the agenda for discussion, that are not on the agenda for discussion, not action? Suhail.
There, I would like to add to the public record the message received from the Island School about their message that on the TV.org September 17th. You want me to read it to you?
September 17th is passed, but yeah, please go ahead.
What are we today? Yeah, 25. So it's been 9 days. Yeah. Well, please be aware of our beautiful playground not being used appropriately in off hours and on the weekends, and broken bottles of alcohol and vape containers from the children's play area. The hardest piece of vandalism that we have dealt with are the vulgar words and words that can only be described as hate language that are written on the picnic table. We've had this situation 4 times since the start of the school year. Please know that the playground is part of our community. The playground should be considered closed at dusk or sunset. The island students aged 3 and 10 should not have to come to school and be exposed to the garbage and ugly words. The place they were supposed to learn and play. We're asking for your help to monitor the property and be aware that our people disrespecting the beautiful island we have. Thank you for doing your part in keeping the school year and the playground clean and safe. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Suhail. And didn't bring it up then because Suhail is sitting quite close to the owl. But when we get down to public comment, and I'll remind everybody then, please remember that we'll ask you to step up close to the owl over here so that the people who are listening and watching remotely can hear you. So thank you, Suhail. Any other public comments for items not on the agenda? Okay. We'll move forward. Regular business, item 23-082-081, to consider the resignation of code enforcement officer and take any necessary action.
Mr. Chairman, if I may ask you a question.
Yes.
You need to explain to the public that we intend to go through these items and then.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Tonight, we're going to go through each of these items and then we're going to reserve public comment until we get to the end of 23-083. Please bear with us while we get through this.
Thank you. Bob, I'd like to make a motion to accept the resignation of the code enforcement officer.
I second. All right, motion by Mark, second by Josh. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor? 4.
I have another motion with that item.
Okay.
I would like to authorize the town administrator and chair of the select board to contract with a temporary code enforcement officer.
Okay. Is there a second?
A second.
Second by Josh, motion by Mark. Any discussion? All right. All in favor? Unanimous. Good work on that, and just a note for the public to know the search for a long-term CEO continues, and we have interviews set up and it's moving along, but we will have a short-term solution in place. moving on to the next item, 23-082. To consider the resignation of the town administrator and take any necessary action. And I would just comment that we really appreciate Nika's approach to this situation, that she's willing to continue in her role for a while, and I just want to say thank you for that. Mark.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the resignation of the town administrator.
I second.
Motion by Mark, second by Josh. Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, and item 23-083, to consider the resignation of Jen Valeska from the select board and as select board chair, and to take any necessary action. Mark.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the resignation.
I second.
Motion by Mark, second by Josh. Any discussion?
I'd like to thank Jen for her service to the town thus far on the school board and the select board.
Anything else? Okay, there's a motion on the floor. All in favor? Or
I have one more motion.
okay,
Bob, I'd like to make a motion to have the town hold a special election to replace the member on Tuesday, November 7th, which is the same day as the national election, for efficiency and ease of work for the town office.
motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mark, second by Josh. Is there conversation? Mark?
We may need some assistance from the town office to make sure that we are required to hold this special election by part of our select board ordinance if the seat is vacated before it is closer than 3 months to the next town meeting. So we may need some assistance on timing of when we should be putting this out for advertisement and closing the availability of people putting in papers to fill the seat.
Thank you, Mark. Any other comments from the select board? Okay, there's a motion on the floor. All in favor? Okay. All right. Would like to open it up for public comment.
Just wanted to say something.
Oh. Right. Carol.
So I just wanted to apologize to Vika and to the select board and to the community for my behavior last week at the select board meeting. It was not civil and it was not kind. And I just want to say it won't happen again. Personally, I'm committed to trying to find a way to work together productively and to move forward for the good of the whole community. Thanks.
Thanks, Carol. So we're going to open it up for public comment. Sure, there's a lot of commentary out there. I would ask that we keep it brief. Let's keep it to 3 minutes per person. And I would ask, please be kind. It's a difficult and challenging time for everybody involved on all sides. And we received a range of comments on the street and a few emails, all of which will become, the emails will become part of the public record. We really appreciate the comments from everybody. And I personally hope we can learn and move forward and continue to take the challenge further down the road. So with that, does anybody have any public comment? So yeah, please, you're good there. So
Yeah.
I'd like to thank those who have served on the town and on the select board. That's it goes without saying. I'm just concerned about the transition. We're talking about the transition now. And I think the responsibilities for the next few months. How do you see it as a town running the code enforcement officer? Is he still operating, or do we have one, or we don't have one? Because I've been asked about some permits. Thank you.
I can answer that. I'll just reiterate what we said up on item 23-081. We expect to have a temporary solution in place within the next few days that will be able to provide a full range of permit application review. I would also note, as I said earlier, the search that kind of thing to make sure we get someone for the long term who can help the community move forward.
So as of now, my resignation is October.
And you are held to a really high standard. And that is very challenging. And I know because I've also sat there. It carries great responsibility. And I respect each of you. I consider you personal friends. And as a friend, I'm going to provide some feedback. You need to do better. Way better. We're serving the public, but we are also in service to our employees and to each other. What I got to see in the first 20 minutes, what I heard in the first 20 minutes, the recording last week, 2 words stood out. The word I and the word we. I heard the word I many times. I did not hear the word we. You are we, and we are relying on all of you. We are standing with you. We are in support of you. This room would be empty if we were not supporting you in whatever hard decisions you have to make as individuals, but mostly what you have to work together to collaborate and to come up with the best option for all of us. I know that in my own relationship with my loved ones, there's the idea of being right